Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the presentation. And Mr. Sushant, we are having 5 groups, and each group will be presenting in order. They will be given 15 to 20 minutes for presenting it. After every presentation, please feel free to give your reviews. Now I call Ziet Gwalior group. Are you ready? You can continue. Ziet Gwalior.
Yes, sir. From Jeet Gwalior Group, first of all, Nimisha Madam is going to present the group task
Yes, sir.
activity on special reasoning.
Yes, sir. I request Gargi ma'am to please present. So, very good evening to one and all present here. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, madam, please continue.
Sir, yes, sir. We were given an assignment to search activity for spatial understanding and present it in follow some of the criterias were given. That is details of the activity, why is it related to spatial reasoning, and gain from the activity of the children. A small effort from our side. मैम नेक्स्ट स्लाइड मूव करते हैं. Next slide, please. Yes. Actually, spatial reasoning is a category of reasoning skills that refers the capacity to think about objects in 3 dimensions and to draw conclusions about those objects from limited information. Someone with good spatial abilities might also be good at thinking about how an object will look when rotated. Now, for this, I have taken, ma'am, next slide. I have taken some pictures from class 1 textbook. It is very interesting, colorful, and very activity-based book we have from NCERT. And you see there are some shapes. The children are sitting and they are identifying the objects with their shapes, and they are also categorizing them on different trays, a pink and yellow boxes. So here starts their awareness about the things which are nearby, because the children learn from the very near surroundings, and whenever the child, whatever the child sees, they want to hold. So actually this is only a picture projection of the activity, but we do in the classroom also, and it gives a tremendous output of the children's students learning. Then they identify the shapes, even they have got complete flexibility to rotate them, to observe them from different angles, that we call it experiential learning. So here experiential learning will take place, and also the child, whatever he is observing, he used to put in a concrete form of whatever he experiences, he put it into it concrete form. So here the very purpose of spatial reasoning fulfilled right from the beginning of the classes. Ma'am, next slide. As the detail was asked, that the same what I have explained, that experiential learning takes place, and again the few next slides are also including this one. That means where child learn to sort the objects. No matter the child is observing the shapes here, and the objects are real objects are there in his hand. So from different angles, the child can observe the figure and classify them. So here categorization, identification, application parts, everything, all the parts get fulfilled. And you know, as in earlier classes also, in some of the classes, one of our fellow teachers says that there is no 2D aspect for the kids. Yes, I am agree with this, that there is no 2D aspect as far as the kids is concerned, because they hold everything. So जो 3 dimensional aspect ही उनके सामने होता है, and they correlate the things in a very nice way. So in this way, this activity satisfies the spatial reasoning with the reasoning with the objects available, and its very purpose get fulfilled, and the child gain from this activities awareness about their nearby objects. The child able to distinguish objects depending upon their size and shapes. and relational thinking get developed, and mathematical skill and understanding also get developed, and wholesome inactive जो physical and visual models जो होते हैं, they are so they will help the child to think critically, and they will develop the connection. Whatever the theory we are actually reading behind this activities, they all get completely fulfilled. So this was my part for this. Thank you very much, and I request Ritvik sir. Thank you very much.
Mr. Sushant, you want to
Good afternoon,
comment on this?
everyone.
Yes, sir. Ritvik sir.
Sushant,
Yes. It was nice presentation, Nishma ma'am.
Thank you so much.
So one question is that when you conduct this activity in classroom,
Yes, sir.
what do you also involve these many objects with you?
Yes, sir. We do, sir.
And like I know that another thing I like that 3D aspect. So it was also quite striking for me that the student think about 3D first, but learn about 3D later.
Yes,
They
sir.
learn
Yes, sir.
2D geometry
Yes.
first.
Sir, actually, sir, getting connected with the students with real object is really very interesting and effective also. So that makes our class also together, and learning is effectively. If simply we are drawing the shapes on the blackboard and asking them to draw, it is of no use. But if they are seeing, watching, and sir, we get ample of idea from the students.
Okay.
When we ask them their experiences with the things, with handy things, they give wonderful explanations. And thank you very much, Sushant sir, for the morning session also. I hope a little bit I satisfied your.
Yeah. You have, actually, it's general question, not for only restricted to Nishma ma'am or Gwalior group. So I was also thinking when we are teaching online and we are talking about special abilities, what kind of activities we will be thinking. I'm not asking any question for specifically for you, but I'm just thinking when like we need to handle those objects. Let's say this is square, this is also a cuboidal shape, and this one is cuboidal shape, and how we will progress about this. Maybe it's just open question. If you want to answer, you can. Otherwise,
okay, thank you, Sushant. I think we can
Yeah,
move
yeah.
on to the next
Yeah,
presentation. Okay.
Yeah.
Jade Gwalior, next presentation, you can do it, sir, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ritu Agrawal from Kendriya Vidyalaya Mandsaur and Zed Gwalior Group. Now I am showing my presentation. This is also group work which is based on the research. Is it visible?
Yes.
Sir, please continue.
Sir, visible.
Okay. Research on Geometry and Spatial Reasoning by Douglas H. Clement and Michael T. Batista. Here is the reference of this research. Spatial understandings are necessary for interpreting, understanding, and appreciating our inherently geometrical world. Here are some quotes by National Council of Teachers of Mathematics. And the next slide is: school geometry is the study of those spatial objects, relationship, and transformations that have been formalized or mathematized, and the axiomatic mathematical system that have been constructed to represent them. While spatial reasoning, on the other hand, consists of the set of cognitive processes by which mental representations for spatial objects, relationship, and transformations are constructed and manipulated. Clearly, geometry and spatial reasoning are strongly interrelated, and most mathematics educators seem to include spatial reasoning as part of the geometry curriculum. UC Skin, for instance, has described 4 dimensions of geometry: visualization, drawing, and construction of figures, study of the spatial aspect of the physical world, use as a vehicle for representing non-visual mathematical concept and relationship, and representation as a formal mathematical system. The first three of these dimensions require the use of spatial reasoning. While the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics curriculum standards call for all students to, here are some points which we can relate to our TLOs, teaching learning outcomes. Identify, describe, compare, model, draw, and classify geometric figures in 2 and 3 dimensions. Develop spatial sense, explore the effects of transforming, combining, subdividing, and changing geometric figures. I'm not going to read all these slides. Now the next slide is student performance in geometry. So it is the background of this research project. Why this research project has been taken up? According to extensive evaluation of mathematics learning, elementary and middle school students in the United States are failing to learn basic geometric concept and geometric problem solving, and are woefully underprepared for the study of more sophisticated geometric concept and proofs, especially when compared to students from other nations. For instance, 5th graders from Japan and Taiwan scored more than twice as high as US student on a test of geometry. In 1990, Japanese student in both 1st and 5th grades also scored much higher than US students on test of visualization and paper folding. This depressing picture of students' knowledge of geometry is elaborated through a consideration of students' misconceptions. Here are some examples. An angle must have one horizontal ray. A right angle is an angle that points to the right. To be a side of a figure, a segment must be vertical. A segment is not a diagonal if it is vertical or horizontal. A square is not a square if its base is not horizontal. The only way a figure can be a triangle is if it is equilateral. The height of a triangle or parallelogram is the side adjacent to the base. The angle sum of a quadrilateral is the same as its area. The Pythagorean theorem can be used to calculate the area of a rectangular shape. If a shape has 4 sides, then it's a square. So these are some examples of students' misconceptions. Now the research says there are two major themes of Piaget and Inhelder's influential theory on children's conception of space will be discussed in the research. First, that representations of space are constructed through the progressive organization of the child's motor and internalized actions, resulting in operational system. Therefore, the representations of space is not a perceptual reading of the spatial environment, but is the built up from prior active manipulation of that environment. And the second is the progressive organization of geometric ideas follows a definite order, and this order is more logical than historical in the initially topological relations. For example, connectedness, enclosure, and continuity are constructed, and later projective and Euclidean relations. This has been termed the topological primacy thesis. Piaget and Inhelder claim that the development of more sophisticated spatial concepts involve increasingly systematic and coordinated action. During the first stage of development, children are basically passive in their explorations. For example, children may touch one part of a shape, and this action results in a tactile perception. Touching another part involves another action and perception, and so forth. When children regulate such actions by stabilizing relation among them, an accurate representation of the shape can be built. For example, the systematic return to each movement's starting point allow the part of the figure to be synthesized. It is when each mental actions become reversible that it can be distinct yet coordinated with every other action into a coherent whole. So finally, conclusion and implication of this research. Without doubt, geometry is important. It offers us a way to interpret and reflect on our physical environment. It can serve as a tool for the study of other topics in mathematics and science. More important, however, is that spatial thinking, which obviously undergird geometry, has been suggested by Hadamard and Einstein to be essential to creative thought in all high-level mathematics. Given their importance, therefore, it is essential that geometry and spatial reasoning receive greater attention in instruction and in research. As we have seen, and belying its obvious importance in the curriculum, students' performance in geometry is woefully lacking. Neither what students learn in geometry nor the method by which they learn it are satisfactory. There has been too little instructional attention given in the United States to spatial reasoning. Evidence supports a constructivist position on how children learn spatial and geometric ideas. It appears that there is a progressive construction of geometric concept from the perceptual to the conceptual plane, as well as developmental sequence in which children build increasingly integrated and synthesized geometric schemata. Perhaps the greatest strength and weakness of the cognitive science approach lies in its extreme degree of specifications. It provides much needed details on cognitive process. Thus, a synthesis of cognitive science, Piagetian, Van Hale, and other constructivist theories may yield particular reaches. Empowering students with methods by which they can establish for themselves mathematical truth, and thus helping students develop intellectual autonomy, is a critical goal of geometrical instruction and indeed all of mathematics instruction. It has been postulated here that visual thinking has a number of psychological layers, from more primitive to more sophisticated, which plays different roles in thinking depending on which layer is activated. Here we have reported gender differences in both geometry and spatial reasoning favoring males. If researchers focus not on if such differences exist, but rather on their exact nature, such differences provide one perspective for investigating the mental process of our student. That is, by investigating how males and females reason differently when dealing with spatial ideas and geometry, we may be able to better understand the development of geometric and spatial thinking for all students. More importantly, however, gender differences represent a cause for concern. Why do gender differences arise? Are there current instructional practices that tend to exacerbate the differences? What instructional practice can help ameliorate them? Now, the final conclusion: qualitatively different and improved environment for education in geometry will not emerge without the presence of the theoretically cognizant teacher and the student armed with a full array of tools for geometric investigations, including manipulatives and perhaps most powerful, a computer replete with appropriate software. So now I end my presentation. That's all from my side.
Your comments, Mr. Sushant?
Very nice presentation. I'm quite impressed for for that topic. First of all, you chose geometry relationship of spatial reasoning with geometry, and also another fact I liked about that paper was, and the way sir put it was not only related to school level geometry, it was also related to higher level topology. Then there was another issue we all most of the time face was gender differences in mathematics, and this paper also speaks about that. And I can actually, from the summary also, I could sense how big that paper, how many topics that paper might have covered. And it's nice that you have. It might be difficult also to compile all those things within a short time. Nice work. We'll say.
There is one more presentation of individual assignment.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes. Good afternoon, one and all present here. I'm Mamta Singh from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Air Force Station, Hindon. So we have given an individual task based on the textbook analysis from class 1 and 2 related to the spatial thinking and how to analyze these chapters and the problem example, helpful, not helpful in developing spatial analysis. So here is my presentation, sir. Yes, that's So here I have taken, yes. So here I have taken a very general topic. Like we know that maths is everywhere, and it's more than that learning numbers. When children sort out crayons by color, put puzzles together, build block or count or sing, like children's rhyme, five little monkey jumping on the bed. So they're the learning about maths. These kind of hand-on learning activities, it creates a solid foundation for children to understand the shape, the size, the addition and subtraction, right? So next slide, please. So next slide, please, sir. So here we focus on the three fundamental math skill, that is spatial relations, the geometric shapes, and the measurement. So next slide, sir, please. Yes. So spatial relationships, it explored the concept of where the objects are in relationship to something else. Like for example, I've taken a ball may be behind the chair or under the table or in the box. So these type of words are sometimes they're called position words too, because they suggest the position of an object in relation to something else. Like learning to understand spatial relationships help children talk about where the things are located. So with this drawing, like we can discuss on what's the position, like under the table or behind the chair, like inside the box. Like this, we can discuss with many more examples. Yes, next slide, sir. Now, use position words as you talk with children to teach them spatial concepts. Like some common position words to say with young children include the above, in front of, in back, inside, outside, on the top of, under, forward, backward, up, down. So like this, the children learn through repetition. Use these words often to play them, learn the meaning of each word. So with this diagram or with this position word, we can describe like inside, outside, like what's the position in the following drawings or the pictures. Yes, the next slide, sir, please. So like ideas to we can try over here, like hide and seek game is also one of the uh, we can introduce the spatial relationship, like hide a toy in a room and give direction to how to find the toy using this position word. For example, you might say like look behind the chair, give children block and them and they can think of places to hide their blocks. So like this they can like number where the position is, they can think of the spatial, like for example, like put the block, just give a child a large building block and have children place block on the top of, under, next to, inside, behind, like in front of. So in this way we can give the direction. Like for example, I can take example of, I want Ram to put his block inside the box, or I want Rita to put her block under the table. Like this, such type of activity can be followed by other children's too, so that they'll be able to correlate with what the actual the spatial relationships is. Next slide, sir, please. Now the geometry, this is also one of the as I said, it's a math skill. So it is advanced maths concept learned in high schools. However, the young children are aware of basic concepts related to shapes. Like understanding shape is fundamental to understanding geometry. As a children start to identify shapes, they develop a beginning understanding of geometry. Like with these shapes, this is a common shape that we introduce in class 1 and 2, like circle, then rectangle, triangle. And with this shapes, they can switch on to the higher classes, like they can deal with the shapes and they correlate with the square, the rectangle, the triangle, pentagon, hexagon, octagon, and such type, cylinder, pyramids. So like this they can switch on to, like from the small classes to the higher classes, so that they can correlate with this. Yes, next slide, sir, please. So now the shape picture, this is also you can introduce like shape pictures. Give children piece of colorful paper, cut into basic shapes like circles, square, triangles, and rectangles, and let them glue on the various shapes onto the piece of paper to create their own shape pictures. In this way, we can give the shape puzzles to also to the children. So give a picture from a magazine to a piece of thin cardboard and cut various shapes like circle, triangles, and shapes, and out of cardboard picture. The children, they will just correlate. They find the correct shape pieces to complete the pictures. So like this, also the shape puzzles can also be introduced to teach the geometrical shapes. Next slide, sir, please. Yes. Now, this is also one of the basic fundamental math skill, the measurement. The measurement is determining the size, amount, or degree of something. For example, the children can measure a block in many ways, like height, weight, length, and even the temperature too. The preschool years are the time children become familiar with important measurements, concepts like amount, more or less, length, distance, size, weight, volume, and time. Understanding these concepts is a fundamental to learn more or later math success. So with this measurement, I'll show you the next slide. With this also, they can develop the concept of amount to, how does it weigh, using the standard kitchen scale. The children weigh common classroom objects like block, crayon, jar, and like this they can afterward the children that can take this item and they can weigh, like which is heavier one, which is lighter one. So this children, two different items, they have guessed which is heavier, which is the they can find out. Like with this, the measurement they can use as a spatial relations. Yes, sir. Next slide, please. So how much does it hold water? Like I said, capacity. Like collect empty jar of various sizes and shapes. Let children explore and compare how much water each container holds by pouring water one jar to another. Have them keep them track to jars hold the most water and which holds the less water. So like this, they can also identify the measurement or the capacity too. Yes, next slide, sir. So in conclusion, I am providing opportunities for children to explore and practice their beginning math skill, help set a strong foundation for the more advanced math skill they will encounter in schools. Now make the most opportunities to help children learn about the spatial relationship, the basic geometry and measurement. So I think through this playway or through this activity, children can learn that maths is fun and get a head start towards elementary school. Thank you. That's all for presentation from
Thank you, madam. You can start your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sushant.
Hi, yes. So Mamta ma'am, very nice activities actually, and thank you for bringing that measurement aspect. When I was
Right,
presenting,
sir.
I remember that I missed that aspect in my presentation, and most of the time people we connect it to geometry and other subjects, but measurement remain untouched whenever special reasoning is concerned. So
Okay.
thank you for bringing that up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ziad Gwalior group, and will request to all the groups, keeping the time constraint in your mind, I request you to present one individual activity and one group activity only. Okay, we move on to the Ziad Bhuvaneshwar group, please.
Good afternoon to each and everyone. I am here with the group presentation from Ziad Bhuvaneshwar. I'm sharing the screen. So is it visible? Is the screen visible?
Yes, madam, please continue.
Yes, here's the group work, that is workshop on. So just wait it for us. So workshop on numeracy. We are just going the group work, that is search activity for spatial understanding and present with following points. It has been dealt before. Details of activity, why this is related to spatial reasoning, and gains from the activity. So details of the activity. we have selected an activity that is use of dot grids to draw design and shapes. So this activity I have taken from the students, those who have done it in the class, in the online class. So here, this dot grid paper is there. So the children have to draw their own design. So one child has drawn in this way and another child in this way. Here we see that the child uses his imagination. The children are using the imagination to analyze and then draw. Here creativity also comes to play because it depends on the creativity of the child, what he or she is going to draw. Next, the same activity here, the objects are given, that is the child has to draw in the grid paper, a kite, a leaf, a flower, like that, different things. So here also the children have done. I've selected two slides from that. So we see that children have drawn the things in the way they see it around them. They visualize and then they draw, and also they use their creativity to do coloring. And with that, what they have drawn, it becomes attractive also. Why this is related to spatial reasoning? So I think that because it involves diagramming, that is, children are drawing and coloring. So it includes their imaginations. Then here, because the objects are given or the children have to think of their own, so they visualize the shape they are going to make. After visualizing the shape, they locate the dots on the grid paper because they have to use the dots to draw, so they locate also for drawing the thing. Then transforming, because what they have visualized in their mind, they transform it by drawing it on the paper. Because some objects are, if we draw a line of symmetry, so there is a symmetry is needed, so they are also symmetrizing. Next, the gains from the activity for children. Now this allows the child to mentally and physically organize objects around them because some objects are given. The children have seen those objects before, so they mentally and physically organize those objects. It helped them to locate in the sense that because they are drawing on the grid, dot grid, so they have to locate the dot from where to start and how to draw it. It helps in perception of the object and their attributes because they are using the different kind of lines to draw the object. Organize object and recognize the different orientation because they have a set of space, and within that space they have to organize and draw the objects. Next, they mentally manipulate the objects and shapes around them and draw it in the grid paper. These are the gains that are. There may be many other gains, but I have chalked out these 4 gains from that. And this is what I have with you. So I'm sorry.
Thank you, madam. Sushant.
Yes, Nitika ma'am, very nice presentation, and also nicely connected my presentation with this activity also. Very, those terms, scaling and other terms were very nicely, precisely used also. And nice activity. Thank you. Thank you.
Can you move on to the next presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good evening,
sir.
everyone. Good evening, sir. I am presenting my screen, sir. Is the screen is visible to you also?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Okay, thank you, sir. So this is Vikas Kumar Gupta, PRT from Kendra Vidyalaya VSF Hazaribagh, representing for Ranchi region, Z Bhubaneswar. These are our group members. And the individual assignment that we received today, that is a textbook analysis which includes search a topic chapter for class 1 and 2 textbook, which is related to spatial thinking analyze those chapters and try to summarize how those problems, examples are helpful, not helpful in developing spatial analysis. Present your analysis, write a summary in 150 to 200 words. So I have chosen the individual work for textbook analysis, which includes search a topic chapter for class 1 and 2. So I have chosen chapter from class 1 mathematic, which is shapes and space. So we all know that children are very much familiar about the things available in their surroundings. So in this picture, we can see that two children are collecting some things. The boy is collecting a square object or rectangular object, and a girl is putting some round object in their cart, which is the box is also a kind of shape. So in this picture, here the children making a spatial relationship among object. Here the capacity to think of children about object as per their spatial understanding. They are matching the object related to the other object with their spatial characteristics. As in this slide, we can see students are sorting, means students are classifying things, objects according to the spatial skill or characteristics. So they can make pair of things which are round in shape, which are in circle form, which are in triangle form. We can see another thing as here is a camel which is outside the tent and a man which is inside the tent. So here the concept of inside and outside also developed. Here there is camel outside the tent. A student will imagine, are both of them sit together inside the tent? बच्चे सोचेंगे कि क्या दोनों एक साथ बैठ सकते हैं, या ये जो मन में उनके आएंगे कि वो क्या ऐसा हो सकता है. So let's see. तो उनके मन में एक इमेजिनेशन आएगा और वो कंपेयर कर पाएंगे. So they can compare also. So as sir said, from 3D to 2D, पहले बच्चे 3D के कॉन्सेप्ट को जानेंगे और उसके बाद वो 2D के कॉन्सेप्ट को समझेंगे. इस तरह से वो विजुलाइज कर पाएंगे. डिकम्पोजिंग एंड रिकम्पोजिंग, बच्चे एक ही चीज को कई तरह से उसको डेवलप कर पाएंगे, कई तरह से उसे बना पाएंगे. Here the analysis of the problem and example given are helpful in developing spatial analysis. So what I found is developing spatial visualization ability and understanding shapes which involve matching shapes through visualization. They will be able to use positional words such as above, below, front, under, inside, outside, etc. So these vocabulary also develop. Shape vocabulary will be increased as circle, triangle, rectangle, etc. Children can explore how to form three-dimensional shape through, as sir said, imagine, construction, and by figuring. My conclusion or summary is, through this lesson, children will be able to recognize the objects which are generally available in their surroundings. They see the object and create an identity about it and construct an image in their mind that will be applied whenever they meet with the next available similar or almost similar situation by figuring it in their mind. They will also be able to recognize the objects that they have seen and can be able to classify, identify those objects using their specific skills by visualizing, recomposing, decomposing, sensing, and balancing. So that was my presentation from my end. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sushant.
Thank you, sir. Vikas, sir. Yeah, so as beautiful again presentation. One important point I noticed and very striking was you spoke about vocabulary, importance of vocabulary. And it is very important to understand vocab while learning, teaching also, how vocabulary is important and how it plays very important role in shaping that spatial reasoning. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. The next presentation from Chandigarh.
Good evening, everyone. I am representing the individual activity from Chandigarh side. Is it visible?
Madam, it may start now.
No, ma'am.
No. Kindly present.
Again, I will try. I am going to present here chapter 1 of class 1. Actually, by evening, the net goes down. That is the problem. Mridu ma'am, can Mridu ma'am,
हाँ जी सीमा, it's not visible.
आप प्रेजेंट करो, मैंने आपको मेल में भी सेंड किया है.
अच्छा मेल में सेंड किया है, ठीक है मैं प्रेजेंट कर देती हूँ.
Actually, Sushant, I am having 2 elder sons and they are also working online work there.
Can understand because of this
So that
pandemic.
is the problem. By evening, the net goes down.
Yes, can understand.
So until I think my group of Vinakshi ma'am, you present.
I'm ready, Seema.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Vinakshi ma'am, wait. Mridu ma'am is presenting.
Okay, ma'am.
Here I have taken a simple concept of class 1, chapter 1, spatial relation, that is shapes and space. I think 2 of my colleagues have also talked about that topic. So the topic here is, I have first taken small pics of the textbook. These are the PDF pages of our textbook and this chapter. Sushant sir, मैं बिल्कुल directly जो practically which we face in our classroom situations that I will be dealing here.
I think किसी का तो microphone on है and because of that बहुत echo आ रहा है.
हमारे श्री निवासन sir, please. Thank you, sir. मृदु मैम स्लाइड शो कर दीजिए. Thank you. Next slide. So these are the concepts of this chapter. Inside, outside, then big, small, then biggest, smallest, their comparison, then top, bottom, near, far, and the comparison. Then on, under, above, below, shapes around us, then sorting of that shapes, then rolling and sliding, and some 2 clips of a story. Next slide, please. So these are the concept of one chapter and that has to be made to understand to the students in a month only. So these are some clips, some PDF pages of the book. Next slide. Near, far, these are the pages where the students, they are shown these pics and they are told to pick the correct answer. Okay, sir. Next slide, Mridu ma'am. This is the page of top and bottom, then on, under, above, below. Now here the thing is, it's left on the side of a teacher how she is dealing to make it understand these concepts in a class. Next. So here I have taken a simple concept that is big and small. So here we will be dealing about the things which a student can tell, is this a big thing or is this a small thing, and their comparison, bigger, smaller, or biggest and smallest. Now as sir has told us, or he has transacted and made us to understand and learn that maths have some special skills, and they are here. It is locating, then orienting, diagramming, sensing, visualizing, transforming, decomposing, and recomposing in these concepts. So next slide, please. Now here I want to, this question any colleague can answer. Can the concept be explained with the help of something which is very close to children and they will never part from it any cost? Zeet Chandigarh, no participant, only from other regions. Anybody can answer this? कोई ऐसी चीज जिससे हम ये कॉन्सेप्ट्स भी बच्चों को कराएं और वो एक ऐसी चीज हो जो बच्चों के बहुत क्लोज होती है और बच्चे उससे अपने आप को अलग नहीं कर सकते. Here I am talking about, for example, you take the school.
Toys.
Yes,
Toys.
yes, ma'am. Toys.
Toys.
Okay, you can
Mark.
take
Shadow.
classroom. In classroom situation, anything. Okay, toys can be a right answer. Any other?
Pencil box.
Pencil box. Okay. Any other?
Pencil box, water
Shadow.
bottles.
Water bottle. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, hint. I am giving one hint. Prahlad sir, very good. Where we keep all these things?
Shadow, madam.
Shadow, okay, shadow. Any other thing? Sir, इस concept से मैंने ये सारे concepts पढ़ाने with one TLM. And that TLM our children carry with them. We keep these things in that. School bag. Very good. Sir, who told school bag? Very
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
Who told?
Myself.
Okay. Thank you, Ajit sir. Okay, next slide, please.
Ma'am, pencil box.
Very good. Okay, now the answer was school bag. Pencil box is also a correct answer. Toys is also a correct answer because here one thing is, let the students imagine that this can be the answer, this can be the answer. Okay, very good. So here I will be dealing all the concepts with only one thing, that is a school bag. अब देखिए धीरे धीरे हम ये इसमें ये सिंपल चीज में दिखाऊंगी कि स्कूल बैग क्यों लिया है मैंने. नेक्स्ट थिंग, बिकॉज वो एक ऐसा टीएलएम है जो सबके पास हो सकता है एंड उसके लिए हमें बिल्कुल स्ट्रगल नहीं करना पड़ेगा कि ये खरीदना है, ये चाहिए हमें. ओके, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. नाउ दिस इज एक्टिविटी. it's a type of a game. What we will tell the children ki you collect few things and now what you will, you count them. So the number concept, then you name them, vocabulary and the language. Then the child, what the child will do, now you will tell the child to put the things in your school bag. Try putting all the things in your school bag. So many things will come inside the school bag. Can anybody name which things can come in the school bag?
Books.
Books, notebooks, pencil box, tiffin box.
Okay, ma'am.
Color
box. On side,
crayons,
there will be
crayons, scale,
Crayons, yes. Any other?
water bottle,
Water bottle. Okay, ma'am.
handkerchief,
lunchbox.
and handkerchief.
Okay. So it means, can you conclude why these things are coming inside the school box, the school bag? ये सब चीजें स्कूल बैग के अंदर कैसे आ गई? अच्छा, नेक्स्ट आई विल बी
The bag has the enough space for the for
space.
these things
Okay,
to accommodate.
okay. But if I tell the child to put a table on the inside the school bag in which all these things are placed,
He will laugh. He will laugh, madam.
Why, sir? Why not the table? We keep
He will laugh, madam. Rather.
Why? हाँ, बिल्कुल हंसेंगे, बिल्कुल. Okay, next slide, please. चलिए, अब उससे हम क्या कंक्लूड कर सकते हैं कि कुछ चीजें स्कूल बैग में आ गई है. Some things that can be put inside the school bag and something cannot be placed inside the school bag. Example is the table, है ना? When I told कि अपना टेबल उठा के स्कूल बैग में डालो, तो हंसने लगेंगे वो हमारा कि मैम ये कैसे हो सकता है. Any other thing? क्लासरूम में कोई ऐसी चीज है जो बैग के अंदर नहीं आ सकती? Any other? The table.
Teacher's chair.
Yes.
Fan.
Teacher's table, chair, fan.
Then
Blackboard.
blackboard. Very good. Oh, good clap for you all.
For
Now,
अपने friends,
Classmates.
madam, friends.
Yes, very good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Teacher herself.
अच्छा, तो अब आप ये बताइए कि यहाँ पे मैं बच्चों को कौन सा कंसेप्ट क्लियर करना चाह रही हूँ कि कुछ चीजें बैग में आ गई हैं और कुछ बड़ी चीजें हैं वो नहीं आ पाई। जैसे भूषण सर ने बहुत अच्छे से बताया कि वो हंसने लग जाएंगे टीचर पे कि कैसी मैडम है, टेबल कही जा रही है बैग के अंदर डालने को, हमारा बैग फट जाएगा मैम।
मैम स्पेशल कंसेप्ट है इसमें, स्पेशल कंसेप्ट ना।
हाँ जी सर, विच स्पेशल कंसेप्ट?
स्पेशल SPATIAL।
Yes, yes, sir. Which
Heavy and light.
no,
The
ma'am.
volume.
Big and small.
Yes,
Space also.
big and small. This is big and small.
Okay.
Big and small.
Yes,
Space, madam,
because-
space.
yes, very good. Yes, sir. Space है, then only we are going to keep the things inside. The things which are very big, तो बच्चों को बड़े अच्छे से कर सकते हैं कि तो बहुत बड़ी चीजें हैं वो बैग के अंदर नहीं आ पाई because the space was small for the table to come inside the bag. And here it's proven that small things space कम है तो वहाँ वो चीजें आ पाई, और जो बड़ी चीजें हैं the big things like table, chair, fan, blackboard, so they are bigger. Not only simply by showing 2-3 pictures, big and small हमने दिखा दिया, tick out. And okay, next thing where we will be dealing with the phallic acid, that time I will tell you. Next slide, Midhu ma'am, please. Now, some relational thinking, what I was telling in the starting, with a simple school bag, we can carry out these activities. देखिए, अब next activity जो हमने इसी के साथ करी वो कौन सी थी? The things which can be kept in the school bag, means वो चीजें अंदर चली गई, हमने बंद कर दी उसको, zip लगा दिया, तो inside. So that concept was the inside. फिर बच्चों को हम gesture या आप अपना बैग लेके move करो, आप बिल्कुल मेरे पास आ जाओ, you come near me, you come out, you go out from the class, that will be far. So these things, these concepts can be dealt with the same simple TLM, that is the school bag. Other things can also be done. For example, that was any other concept you tell me जो इस lesson में हम और करा सकते हैं? Inside, outside, far, near, bigger, smaller, then above, below, that can be also dealt with. School bag आप table के ऊपर रख दीजिए, नीचे रख दीजिए. Okay, next slide, please. Here the mathematical thinking. Now again I am going to ask one question. We can the progression of a model कि simple हमने बच्चों को paper दिया, a simple paper. Okay, now I can ask a child, can you make this paper a big or small? Anybody? A simple paper को हम big या small कैसे कर सकते हैं?
Folding.
Fold करने से क्या होगा सर?
फोल्डिंग से छोटा बड़ा हो जाएगा ना मैम, बड़ा बड़ा तो ऑलरेडी है ही है, मान लो उसको छोटा करना हो.
कोई कैमरे में मुझे दिखा सकते हैं? Anybody can in the camera?
By folding मैम 2-3 times.
अब सर कैमरा आप थोड़ा उस आपका ना yes, हाँ जी सर, sir please.
Yes
How
मैम.
can we show a paper, a simple paper, into a big size or a small size?
We can-
paper.
Small size.
Take a bigger paper than that, this will become smaller.
Okay, Koeli ma'am, but if you don't, I am
Not Koeli madam, it is Jyoti madam.
ये पेपर है मेरे पास, इसको मैं बिग भी कर सकती हूँ, स्मॉल भी. एनीबॉडी? ये लेंथ है मेरे पास, आप स्केल से मेजर कर लीजिए, ये मेरे पास लेंथ है. अब मेरे को इस पेपर की लेंथ बड़ी करनी है या मुझे इस पेपर को छोटा करना है. स्मॉल तो सर ने बता दिया. ये भूषण सर, हाउ कैन वी मेक दिस पेपर स्मॉल?
By folding मैम 2-3 times.
ओके, तो बच्चों हाँ वेरी गुड. फोल्डिंग का जस्ट ये बच्चे तो सर ये करते हैं ना.
No. This is irregular.
दिस कैन आल्सो बी डन. स्मॉल हो गया ना.
This is irregular.
इरेगुलर. ओके, वेरी गुड. तो इरेगुलर हो गया ये. अदरवाइज
Otherwise we can just fold it from the middle side.
okay,
Then again from the middle side.
very good. And how can we make it big?
Okay, big.
How can we make it big? ये small है ना. Now this paper A4 paper मैंने छोटा करके small origami size paper कर दिया, small. Can we make it into a big? Because here I am dealing only with the concept of big and small. Anybody?
By comparing with a small size paper, we can call it big now.
Okay, sir. वो तो सर एक न्यूज़पेपर उठा के लाएंगे, इससे बड़ा हम A3 साइज पेपर. तो इसको अगर मैंने बड़ा करना है तो
इसके ऊपर छोटा पेपर रखो मैडम, ये बड़ा दिखेगा।
हाँ बिल्कुल कोहली मैम, बिल्कुल ठीक है। अगर मैंने इसकी ही लेंथ बढ़ानी है तब क्या करेंगे बताइए?
इसको फाड़िए ताकि पूरा कट मत कीजिए, लंबा बनाइए।
कैसे बनाएंगे मैम? वही तो मैं कह रही हूँ कि शो करके दिखाओ ना मुझे। Anybody can show me in the camera?
Yes, by cutting in a concentric way, concentric circle.
हाँ दिखा दीजिए। Can it become a big?
Long, not big.
हाँ मैम बता दीजिए।
बताइए मैडम मैंने। Long, I can make it long, not big.
Long.
Like we make a snake.
Roll.
Concentric circle.
Now
ऐसे
its length has been increased. Now its length has been increased. तो अब बच्चों को इसी कंसेप्ट को चेंज करेंगे कि now this is not big, वो मैम ने पहले ही बता दिया। Now this is the length has been increased. देखिए मैंने क्या किया, I have rolled down the sheet. Now this sheet, if we roll it,
But in all these activities, the shape of paper is changing. So are we giving a wrong concept?
Not wrong, ma'am. Please.
Original length is not changing.
Ma'am, here, ma'am, what I was telling you, with a simple TLM, we can change the concept. देखिए यहाँ पर हमने बच्चों को एक big बताना है, ये big सर ने बता दिया, fold करिए।
Composition and decomposition.
Yes, वो मैंने वहाँ पहले ही लिखा था ना, composition and decomposition.
नहीं देखा,
ऐसे बोला। Thank you, ma'am. Okay, next slide. Now, the reasons why we are not able to develop the spatial relation. बहुत सारे देखिए हम बता देते हैं कि we will do this, we will do that, and the spatial relations we will be able to translate to the students, and the students will be able to know each and everything about all these 9 to 10 concepts of chapter 1 of class 1. But then why we fail here? For example, Sushant sir, in KVS we are testing the knowledge of the student by the monthly cycle test or the weekly or daily assessment. But then also 100% is not achieved. So the problems here may be, मैंने कुछ problems लिखी, my colleagues, my fellow members, they can give their inputs more for these problems, because I think too many spatial relation may confuse the child. Because बहुत सारी एक साथ डाली हुई है NCERT के first chapter में. Teacher may not be able to do the justice to each topic. Related activity may have some fallacy. Long absence of the child from school. जैसे दो concepts teachers ने बहुत अच्छे से करा दिए, बच्चा उस time absent था, and the teacher, when the teacher has shifted to the 5th concept, तो आगे के 3 concept बच्चे के गड़बड़ हो गए. Then the child may not be able to comprehend the language. For example, when the teacher is asking to choose the above thing, but the child is taking something small or big one, then no recapitulation or the revision time by the child who is not supported by the parent or by the teacher. Anybody else? अगर इसमें कुछ और भी हमारी कोई reasons रह चुका है जिससे हम ये develop नहीं कर पाते proper, so that the 100% we can't get the A grade or A plus. Okay. So next slide, please. Mridu ma'am, next slide. So it's all. Thank you everyone. And with this small activity, with this.
इस बात में मैडम मैं एक बात ऐड करना चाहूंगा प्लीज.
हाँ जी सर.
मैम एक्चुअली ये क्या जो स्पेशल अरेंजमेंट है या जो भी जिस तरह के कंसेप्ट हम डाल रहे हैं इसमें, तो वो सारे कंसेप्ट जो हैं बहुत ही केयरफुली टीएलएम यूज करना है. ये कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि बच्चे के अंदर गलत कंसेप्ट चला जाए.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. इसमें दो बताए ना कि स्कूल बैग में बिग एंड स्मॉल, देन वी कैन गो टू इनसाइड एंड आउट.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
वी कैन गो टू इनसाइड एंड आउट.
इसमें मेन प्रॉब्लम जो आपने अभी टीएलएम यूज किया था, जिसमें हम लेंथ इंक्रीज कर रहे थे पेपर की,
वही है सर. उसमें मैडम बता रहे थे
वो तो सर विद स्केल ही मेजर कर सकते हैं, या विद उसका अपना हैंड स्पैन, या उसने अपना एस्टिमेशन से मेजर करना है विद थ्रेड.
मैडम ये बताना है कि मैडम ये बताना है कि get a shape whose length is more than the length of the paper, ऐसे बताना है।
Yes sir, वो शिफ्ट करेंगे ना फ्रॉम
ये नहीं बोलना ये पेपर का लेंथ को हम बढ़ा रहे हैं करके बोलने से बच्चे लोग कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे। You tell them that we are getting another shape whose length is more than the size of length of the given paper.
That's only I was telling sir, it is not increasing the length of the paper.
आपका स्लाइड में एक बोला था ना लैंग्वेज यूज करना बढ़िया यूज करना है करके। I think we should be very careful with the language we are using.
Decomposing and decomposing वाला
No, if you tell that length of the paper को increase करो बच्चे लोग सीधा बोलेगा नहीं होगा। सीधा बोलेगा मैडम नहीं होगा करके बोलकर he will not think again. ये बोलेगा मैडम होता नहीं है।
सर यही तो ट्रिकी पॉइंट है।
बच्चे भाड़ के स्टेपलर लगाने के लिए बोलेंगे सर। बच्चे बोलेंगे भाड़ के स्टेपलर लगा दीजिए।
मैडम एक बात मैं कहूंगा, देखिए जो आपने जो इसका कंसेप्ट यूज किया है वो डायगोनल कंसेप्ट यूज किया है। डायगोनल के अकॉर्डिंगली आपने लेंथ बढ़ाई है।
यहाँ पे क्लास सर को तो हमें डायगोनल वगैरह का तो इतना कंसेप्ट नहीं देना, ओनली ये कि हम एक टेलर से एक कंसेप्ट से जब दूसरे कंसेप्ट में शिफ्ट
नहीं इसमें क्या है, इसमें क्या है कि ये टीएलएम में आप जो लेंथ बढ़ाई है उसको आपने लेकिन ट्रिक से डायगोनल यूज किया है ना।
Yes, definitely.
बिल्कुल yes.
लेकिन अगर बच्चे को बोलोगे
डायगोनल वर्ड हम क्लास 1 के लिए
नहीं मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि आप बच्चे को बोलिए, नहीं मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि आप बच्चे को ऐसे बोलिए, लेकिन अगर आप कहोगे कि ऐसे लेंथ बढ़ गई है तो वो लेंथ एक्चुअली बढ़ी नहीं, जब बाद में बड़ा होकर सीखेगा वो तो फिर आपका वो कंसेप्ट वहां गलत हो जाएगा। मैडम
आप ना पेपर को रोल करके स्केल से मेजर करके देख लीजिए, उसकी लेंथ बढ़ जाती है। सर मेजर करके देखिए आप, यू मेजर इट एंड सुशांत सर हमारे एक्सपर्ट है, वो कुछ इसमें बता सकते हैं। थैंक यू। एक्चुअली हियर माय पॉइंट वाज ओनली द बिग एंड स्मॉल। ओके ये तो सिर्फ एक ट्रिकी वो था बच्चों के लिए कि चलो आप इसको एक छोटी सी एक्टिविटी है कि वो जब बोर हो रहे होते हैं तो हम ये भी करवा सकते हैं। जैसे
बिल्कुल
मैडम वहाँ पे पेपर को बड़ा नहीं किया गया है ना, पेपर को बड़ा नहीं होता है।
According
to right angle triangle, diagonal is the longest. Hypotenuse is the longest side. Isn't it?
Diagonal is the longest side. Yes.
The longest side. That is the concept there, but not the word. The paper is the thing which you are using. The TLM is not made bigger. We are misleading the child sometimes.
How can telling that the length of the paper is increased? It is totally wrong.
Yeah. Only one.
बालकृष्ण सर, मैंने कोहली मैम के बाद ये बात कंक्लूड करी थी कि लेंथ ऑफ द पेपर इज इंक्रीज। हम बच्चों के लिए देखिए ऐसे ट्रिकी हमें देनी चाहिए, हमें अपने आप को ना सर वहां पे बिल्कुल बंद नहीं करना कि बस इतना, और बच्चों को कुछ आप उनको सोचने
नहीं सीमा मैडम, व्हाट द हाउस इज टेलिंग इज अगर हम ये कंसेप्ट दे देंगे तो इसमें जो कल जिस बात को हो रही थी कि
मैंने क्लियर किया कि विद थ्रेड यू कैन मेजर।
ओके फाइन
यू मेजर इट। ओके
सुनिए ना, ओके थोड़ा सा चेंज कर दे सेंटेंस को, बात खत्म मैडम। थोड़ा सा सेंटेंस को चेंज कर दे, बस बात खत्म।
Even when you do some cuttings and make it into a mala, perimeter will change.
Please don't mind, it is only a discussion, okay?
Also, जब भी मुझे भी मैंने सोचा कि A4 साइज का पेपर है, बड़ा करना है, so सबसे पहले बात यही आती है कि उसका लेंथ और ब्रेथ बढ़ाना है मुझे। एरिया वाइज तो
बढ़ता ही नहीं है सर।
हाँ, जब भी बड़ा करने की बात आती है तभी वो
नहीं, आप अगर फोल्ड करोगे तो फोल्ड करके भी वो कम नहीं होता है, बस फोल्ड करने से क्या है कि आपको
दिखता छोटा है।
हाँ।
Okay, any comments on this before we move on to the next group, Sushant?
Nice, very interactive session to be honest.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ziat.
चंडीगढ़ कि आप बिग एंड स्मॉल वाले पे कुछ कमेंट जरूर करिए कि वाज इट अ गुड आइडिया सो दैट वी कैन डू इट इन आवर क्लासेस।
Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you. Okay, we move on to the Ziat Mysuru group, please.
Another presentation is there for Chandigarh have another presentation. Chandigarh have another presentation, sir.
मैडम 2 हो गया, चंडीगढ़ में 2 हो गया।
चंडीगढ़ का 1 हुआ है सर।
2 हो गया। मैडम सीमा मैडम किया और दूसरा भी कर दी। Let us move on to the Ziat Mysuru group next.
There was only one
presentation. Only one left, sir.
because Seema ma'am's
Sir,
net was
Gwalior में
down,
3
she asked
presentation.
someone else to present it, na?
ओके चंडीगढ़ अपने आप बताएगा ना कि कितना रह गया है
चंडीगढ़ बता रहा है सर, एक हमारी प्रेजेंटेशन रहती है अभी सर, एक
Madam, madam, 2 more groups are left out already. We have crossed
And
the
we are all,
five now. So
Time.
for want of time, please bear with us. We are move on to the Z and Mysuru group, please.
Okay, sir, okay.
वो लोग एक ही किए हैं।
Srinivasan sir, this is not done.
Madam, do
Sir,
kiya,
no,
madam.
sir. No, sir.
Next, so one minute, Srinivasan sir. Chandigarh has made only one presentation. Gwalior ने 3 कर दिया sir.
Yes.
ग्वालियर ने
ग्वालियर ने 3 किया, चंडीगढ़ एक ही किया है सर।
चंडीगढ़ को तो इग्नोर ही मार दिया
ठीक है, we will come back to Chandigarh once again. Z and Mysuru, please.
Srinivas sir, please present it first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yes, sir.
Now we have taken a topic from class 5, that is solid shapes, in particular the value. Okay. Now here 8 unit blocks are given to the child and asked to make possible shapes by arranging them vertically, horizontally, or layer wise as the child feels comfortable. Here this is a vertical arrangement, then one is horizontal and another as per the along with the 3 axes they can arrange the blocks and make different shapes. Like here is one shape made and the second one is another shape is also made. Now let us come to the here the child is able to visualize different objects after arranging. Therefore here visualization and orientation along with the axis is done. Now when we go for this, yeah, here one of the possible shape is cube. For convenience it is taken, they can make any type of shape, but now here a cube is considered, a child is made a cube, then how it is transforming one cube as taken as a unit, then along with its axis vertically, horizontally arranged, then the child is able to get this shape, a uniform shape. It is again a larger cube. Now let us see the composition of this shape. See, bottom layer got 4 cubes, then next layer is also having 4 unit cubes. When we go ahead, yeah, now when this cube is rearranged, then another shape is also formed, that is recomposing, decomposing and recomposing, then transforming. Even we can see here comparing how these will be taking place. I would like to explain here. See, now these blocks are arranged, the base is left as it is, the other 4 blocks are arranged in such a way. Now the height is maximum here, the height is increased, but there is no change in the count of the cubes, unit blocks. There is no change. Here we got 8, here also we got 8. Now one shape is converted or recomposed into another shape. And here the comparing of the dimensions also we could see. One is the height is, there is a change in the height when these blocks were arranged from the cube to another shape. Okay. Now here balancing is also done in such a way the child arranged that half of this block is lying on the and half is left in the space, lying on the arranged blocks, and half is extended towards the empty space. Okay. Now see here. Yeah. That is whatever I said. When we can compare and ask, the child may count and come to know same number of unit blocks are used in both the shapes. Okay, let me regroup. Right. Okay, here what I would like to say, then what is the navigation is taking place. For example, if this is a stage arrangement made in such a way, if a child is wanted to climb and reach the top, then he should move forward and jump up, then again jump up. But here he need to take a change in his direction. He should turn to right, then jump up, right? Then again he has to turn left, then jump up to reach the top. Therefore, now the concept of directions when an object is moving is also explained here, and the child will come to know that. Now here some other visualizing things are made, or models are made. The unit block is a smaller unit block and a little larger unit block, but when we see the complexity, the second, this one, the child, I hope the child is able to count layer wise and come to the conclusion how many unit blocks are used. But whereas little difficulty level is involved in this, the child has to very keen and take the count. That is visualizing impact. Now these are the nets to make some basic 3D shapes. These are the concepts made it clear through the presentation. Thank you. And this concept can be extended with other shapes also. Thank you,
sir. Over to Sushant.
Nice presentation. Actually, like when you bring that topic of 5th standard, and I was very excited. And the way you presented also how a cube decomposed into smaller cubes, it was very impressive. And I think whenever you are teaching it online, it will be very nice for your student to understand how a cube is decomposing into a smaller cube. Very nice.
Yes, sir. I want to add one thing over here.
Yes.
So as per the
muted. Bhushan sir, you wanted to add something, but you are muted now.
Sir, one thing I want to add over here, that in the morning, Sushant sir has dealt with the definition of decomposition, recomposition, and transformation. So here there is a transformation also besides decomposition and recomposition. Transformation is that because there is a one parameter that is changing, that is area. surface area is changing.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's why
Absolutely.
it is transformation. Transformation also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Srinivasa, please stop presenting.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. The next presentation is by me. Okay, fine. It was a challenge. We took up about a summary of a research paper. These are my group members. We tried to take a topic of elementary level and something related to what our resource person spoke in the morning. Sushant sir have tried to relate to that topic itself. So, which we have chosen the impact of an intervention program on student spatial reasoning, student engagement through mathematics enhanced learning activity. This is actually action research. What you're calling research over here, we all know it's an action research taken up to solve a problem, and it is not any individual action research or school-based action research, rather a group action research. It's a research from action research taken from the paper is taken that is from Australia. But why I have picked up this one? Because we can conduct such action research in our class also. This is a common problem which cut across the borders of the country. So the name of the researchers I have given here. Abstract of this research is spatial reasoning skill has consistently been found to be malleable. That means it adapted. It can be changed to other. It can be implemented in other area. However, there is a little research to date on embedding spatial training with learning frameworks. This study evaluated the effects of a classroom-based spatial reasoning intervention on middle school children's spatial reasoning. Participants included 337 students from 15 classrooms across 6 schools with 8 experimental and 7 control classes. The
Madam,
program.
Are you presenting, madam?
Pardon, sir?
Are you presenting, madam?
Yes, sir. Can't you see?
No, it's not visible.
No,
ma'am.
no.
Okay,
I
one.
thought you
You should have
out,
told me.
that's
Okay,
why
okay,
we were
okay,
also-
fine. You should have told me. Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, some network issues maybe. I will back. Okay, so I told you this is a group member, and is it visible now, sir?
Right now it is. Yes, visible.
The impact of an intervention program on student spatial reasoning, student engagement through mathematics enhanced learning activities. These are the researchers who took up this action research or research, whatever you call it. Rather, it is action research only. Spatial reasoning skills has consistently been found to be malleable. However, there is little research to date on embedding spatial training with learning frameworks. This study evaluated the effects of a classroom-based spatial reasoning intervention on middle school children's spatial reasoning. Participants included 337 students from 15 classrooms across 6 schools with 8 experimental and 7 control classes. I'll come to the control classes later. The program was designed for grade 3, 4, 5, and 6. What is spatial reasoning? You all know has constantly been linked to success in STEM outcome and lifelong STEM career achievement. That is career related to science, technological education, and mathematics. So if this is strengthened in the elementary level, it gives later bears fruit in the later stage of life. Historically, educational focus is often directly on pedagogical content related to reading, mathematics, and science. Spatial thinking has received much less attention. That is what we do generally in the class also. Suggests that early spatial skills intervention may increase students' spatial competencies so they are not overwhelmed by STEM content knowledge in their latter years of education. Malleability of spatial reasoning. What is malleability? We know it is adaptability as an ability to represent and manipulate symbolic or non-linguistic information, and spatial reasoning is believed to be malleable and transferable across the lifespan. Moreover, improvement on spatial task is found to be transferable to novel stimuli within the same task or to other spatial tasks. Moreover, there is evidence for the development of spatial reasoning skills with age. The effectiveness of an intervention program for participants of varying spatial skill. Intervention is when you come across a problem, you immediately suggest some methods which can take care of that problem. That is intervention. There is evidence of an initial lag in the learning of low spatial participants who show different improvement trajectories compared to higher performing students. It has been seen those who lack this reasoning, spatial reasoning, they give low performance. After week, after 6-week mental rotation training program, the low special learners got over their initial hump. If this training is given on mental rotation, they can change and progress at a comparable rate to that of the high special learners. The present intervention extended beyond 6 weeks. Now, earlier individual children have been trained, but this project which the researchers have taken, it is taking up consideration the whole class. Okay, and the second objective is to see that the intervention is going to help or not. Components of special reasoning skill. You all know, Sarah, to discuss special reasoning is a reasoning skills that refer to the capacity to think about objects in 3 dimensions and to draw conclusion of these objects from limited information, that means from your imagination. Researchers have identified a number of factors constituting special reasoning skill. However, to date, there is no consensus in its exact structure or consistency in measurement within the literature. One of the challenges in assessing the multidimensionality of special reasoning is the nature of the assessment themselves. In general, the psychometric measures that are used to define the subconstruct content markers that explicitly measure the related factor. These all I have quoted. I have to run up, lack of time. Now, 3 areas were taken up in this particular research to develop special reasoning. One is mental rotation. Mental rotation is the ability to accurately rotate a 2-dimensional shape or a 3-dimensional object in the mind's eye in order to perform a subsequent task. It is an object-centered transformation that is detached from the viewer and requires no change in perspective. Mental rotation has been extensively researched due to its strong association with success in STEAM. Mental rotation is believed to be malleable as a result of experience and learning. More the child experience, more the child practice, mental rotation is strengthened. Second part is special orientation. Special orientation refers to the ability to identify the position or direction of objects or points in space. This ability can be dissociated from the mental rotation. However, the use of either a rotation or reorienting strategy can stem from the content of the task. The dominant strategy is view reorientation when a percentage of change is more than 90 degrees is required. Third part is spatial visualization. It is the ability to mentally manipulate 2D and 3D figures. Of the 3 constructs, spatial visualization is the least well-defined theoretical frameworks. It do not have well-defined theoretical framework, but often defined as test used to measure it. Furthermore, much of the distinction between spatial visualization and mental rotation is in the complexity of the spatial transformation to be imaged. In mental rotation, the object remains intact as it moves through space, while spatial visualization addresses the transformation within the object. Conceptual underpinning why this study was to take up, because earlier whatever study was taken up is only for a small group of children and only no intervention was done. So I am not going through it. So this group took up this study. What is this study? The present paper examines the detail and scope of the intervention program. That means if change is possible in the 9 to 13 age group, can they be trained in special reasoning? Specifically, the study focused on the effectiveness of program instruction in relation to the impact of the intervention on the students' special reasoning performance and on the students of different initial skill level, the extent to which the respective elements of the program's learning cycle evoke special reasoning. So take up, they wanted to see that with intervention or training on special reasoning within the educational framework, can any change be brought? And what was the method? I have already discussed. This number of students were taken up and there were 2 groups were made. There are 193 students from 8 classes who participated in experimental condition. That is, intervention was done. And the other group, 144 students, they were left in control condition. No intervention were done. They performed on their own. वो अपने आप करते रहे. उनके लिए कोई intervention या suggestion नहीं था. एक group के लिए intervention किया गया. These were the materials used. Paper and pencil, special reasoning instrument was used. Different use developed. So again, what was developed will come later. Procedure was taken up. Teachers were recruited. Different school and teacher and principals were involved as it was across the school border. And professional development workshop was conducted for the teachers. Why am I highlighting this part from the research paper? Because that is how we can conduct action research at our level also. The content of the special reasoning program. The intervention was implemented over 10 weeks during twice weekly 60-minute class periods. The The intervention replaced the measurement and geometry units that would usually be taught from the Australian curriculum. The units most likely to engage students in special thinking. So those were replaced and some other task was given there and intervention was done. They are able to do or not. During the intervention program, the students were exposed to learning activities that encourage special thinking. How? The highlighted part, the tasks were not standalone special training tasks. Rather, the task was embedded in activities that foster special thinking, including open-ended tasks that could be solved with multiple solutions, what we call, that is the highlight of NCA framework also. Intervention students introduced to learning experience, what we call experiential learning, that evokes special reasoning through inquiry-based engagement. All modern pedagogies are involved through both individual and cooperative-based experience, that is individual as well as group learning or collaborative learning. These are some of the sample I've taken. What they have given us task for mental rotation, special orientation and special visualization. The task was in a mental rotation lesson. Students drew objects to represent 2D shape and 3D object rotation. As their expertise developed, they were encouraged to visualize this transformation and not rely on concrete support. The special orientation task required the students to draw maps that would allow others to navigate from school to their home, with maps including directions that utilize compass points and rotational terminology. The task requires students to decode maps of different orientation. Special visualization activities encourage students to use isometric and grid paper to represent 3D objects and determine the number of blocks within 3D objects. In addition, students use imagery to imagine how nets could be folded and unfolded from 3D objects. Across all lessons, students were encouraged to use visualization strategies that would strengthen rather special reasoning. Instead of using objects, imagery and visualization would strengthen. Now, these are the table what all activities for how they are taken. This I am not going in detail. Mental rotation, 2D, 3D, rotational symmetry, etc. No time rather. As they become more proficient, they are encouraged to rely less on the materials and utilize internal visualization process only. In the symbolic phase, students were encouraged to establish patterns and relationships that drew on analytic reasoning, such as an understanding of perpendicularity. The final component was the application of knowledge. Without application, knowledge is of no use, where analytic thinking was applied to new situations. In the example presented in additional, I have not given that file, the classroom teachers encouraged to verbalize their thinking and that of their students through modeling and scaffolding. Modeling was done by teachers, scaffolding is support given by, and they verbalize the thought. Whatever they told the thought, that is to strengthen the spatial reasoning. They were also encouraged to overemphasize spatial arrangement in the classroom and the school environment. The lesson within the program encouraged participants to verbalize their thinking and justify understanding in terms of real-world context and applied examples. A diverse range of activities are chosen so that children could begin to develop a more flexible spatial thinking approach when encountering novel situation. Other areas, control group were there, test administration result, effectiveness of the program in terms of individual difference. I will just share, individual difference was found. The children who got less score before intervention, their scores increased. Time constraint, I will just brush up. Student within the pedagogical framework is taken within the pedagogical framework, that is without disturbing the regular syllabus or pedagogical process of a classroom, which you can take up at our school, cluster level or regional level if you want to develop, or at least at school level as action research. Effect of the special reasoning program, the teachers began the topic from the viewpoint of what students knew, that is known to unknown. They were explaining about the terminology used, increase the complexity of the language, simple language to complexity, then relevant language, the language which they can relate to. In the pictorial phase, the teachers modeled symmetry concepts through diagrams and encouraged students to do the same, aiding the transition from concrete and diagrammatical representation to more sophisticated visualization. The teachers will encourage students to reason analytically as a transition beyond representing information in the mind's eye. Finally, the teachers presented open-ended activities that required students to apply concept in their own situation. That is called constructivism. Growth based on initial spatial reasoning. Growth was seen. Result was very effective. And I have not, again, I'm telling constant of time is there. So, this, but still, course of students in intervention group improved In intervention group, it improved, but in control group, it did not improve much. So it was conclusion was that is the conclusion of the paper. This paper provides evidence for the effectiveness of a novel special reasoning intervention program embedded within a pedagogical learning framework. There were statistically significant differences between the intervention and control group in favor of the intervention group. In addition, substantial gain score improvements were observed for all intervention students, irrespective of initial special reasoning performance. There was strong qualitative evidence that the classroom teachers introduced learning activities within the learning circles that students' conceptual development followed this learning framework. Ultimately, this study shows promise for a special intervention that is effective in both enhancing special reasoning skill and inviting long-term engagement with this program. Means special reasoning skill. Thank you. That's all about it, sir. I tried to sum up.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, madam. Mr. Sushant, your comments on this?
First of all, very nice presentation, very detailed presentation. I was able to see the methodology and other things also were very detailed given. And the emphasis was also very nicely how teachers of Kendriya Vidyalayas can also conduct some study. And that way you related, I think it will be very nice plan in future if you can share that paper with others and others can read and come up with some ideas of research. And it will be very nice. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Z.Ed Mysuru group. Now we move on to Z.Ed Mumbai. Z.Ed Mumbai group, please.
Hello.
Yes, please continue.
Yeah, I am ready.
Okay, sir.
Mr. Pawan.
Yes, sir. Presentation is visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Please continue, sir. Please continue.
I am presenting the son, Mrs. Sadguna Naik.
Okay, continue, please.
Okay. Development of special learning in early ages. Sir, next slide. It is presented by the Visit Mumbai. My topic is patterns. This topic is very interested for the students. They enjoy in this patterns lesson. It is इसमें आप देख रहे होंगे T कई बार उल्टा लिखा हुआ है, कई बार सीधा लिखा हुआ है, नंबर इंक्रीज हो रहे हैं, दो लकीर खींचा हुआ है, फिर गोला है, इस तरीके से। और कई पैटर्न्स ऐसे हैं जो रिपीट हो रहे हैं। कई ऐसे पैटर्न्स भी दिए हुए हैं जिसमें दो पेंसिल है, उसके बाद वो इंक्रीज होकर के डबल बन रहे हैं, उसके बाद वो और डबल हो रहे हैं। इस तरीके से पैटर्न्स का दिया। लीफ का भी जो एग्जांपल दिया हुआ है, पहले 1 लीफ थे, फिर 3 हो गए, फिर 5 हो गए। उसमें ब्लैंक जो दिया हुआ है, बच्चा उसको ऑब्जर्व करके उसमें क्या करेगा, फिलअप करेगा। नाउ नेक्स्ट स्लाइड सर। Now the details of the activities. What are the details of the activities? What the students observe? The student will shown various incomplete patterns. Will be asked to complete them. Next, these patterns will include repeated patterns, arranging patterns, growing patterns, and decreasing patterns. Next, sir. Why? This is related to spectral reasoning. First, composing and decomposing shapes and figure. It involves composing and decomposing shapes and figures.
Next, madam.
Next, sir.
Yeah, it's coming there.
Structural orientation. Next, sir. Spectral relations using hands gesture. It involves this following 5 points. Next, sir. Gains from the activities
for children. What the students gains from this activity. Idea about how the patterns are formed, how the patterns grow. Next. Idea about odd numbers, onward, backward countings. Third, critical and creative thinking development. Fourth, counting and calculation skills are enhanced. Number 5, forms and foundation of algebraic reasoning. Patterns lead to the discovery and understanding the concept in the mathematics. Early learners who are able to complete complex repeating patterns demonstrate advanced knowledge and addition and subtraction computation. Thank you, Sit Mummy. Thanks.
Thank you, madam. Over to Mr. Sushant.
Sadhguru, nice presentation. Also, topic जो choose किया आपने वो काफी अच्छा लगा मुझे. पैटर्न का जो चैप्टर है मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम अंडररेटेड रह जाता है कि बहुत सारी जगह पे स्पेशल रीजनिंग डायरेक्टली दिखता है पैटर्न्स में. वो आपने जिस तरीके से वो पैटर्न्स के टॉपिक से रिलेट किया है वो काफी अच्छा था.
Can we move on to the next presentation by Zaid Mumbai?
Yes, good evening, sir. This is Ranjit from Jet Mumbai Group. I have taken presentation from individual activity. Is my presentation visible, sir?
Yes, it is visible.
Please continue, sir.
In the morning itself, Sushant sir was presenting his session. That time only I had a curiosity regarding this research. That is the summary of the importance of spatial reasoning in early childhood and mathematics. And as the exact document of the paper and asked for the summary, so I have tried, sir, to summarize the document in the form of a PPT. So the research, sorry. Yes, sir. The research, this research focuses on whether curriculum that supports students' conceptual understandings through the integration of relational thinking, spatial reasoning, and mathematical models by incorporating Brunner's EIS framework, which improves students' spatial reasoning and relational thinking. So the first major point in this research is relational thinking. Mathematics instruction for early elementary classrooms should foster relational thinking by including tasks designed to draw attention to how numbers relate to one another and develop the flexibility to think of numbers in a variety of ways to establish the idea of equivalence. This is what expected in relational thinking in this research. See here, that is equal sign. There are two views about this equal sign: operational view and equivalency. So most elementary students begin to develop their awareness of the equal signs functionality at an operational level, where the equal sign acts as a symbol to perform a calculation or action, as a plus b is equal to 5, like this 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Like this, children take equal sign as an operational view. But what is exactly expected? Relational thinking involves flexible thinking to determine how numbers can be manipulated before answering a problem. So here, this is the text from the research, that is students who are taught to think about the relationship between 18 and 16, notice that 18 is 2 more than 16, and reason that it must be true because 5 is 2 more than 3. This text I have tried to explain with the help of this table to explain the difference in operational view and relational thinking view. So traditional view of operational thinking, equal sign as an operational symbol. So here 18 plus 3 is equal to 16 plus 5. What is written in this text itself? What does it mean 21 is equal to 21? So the both sides are equal. Left hand side and right hand side are equal. This is what nowadays children expect the use or usability of equal sign. But what is expected in this research, that is view of relational thinking, considering equal sign as an idea of equivalence. So here 18 plus 3 is equal to 16 plus 5 same. So here what child thinks in his mind, 18 is 16 plus 2 as mentioned in the text, and plus 3 is there, is equal to 16 plus 5. So what is here? 18 is 16 plus 2. Here in yellow color I have shown 16 plus 2 plus 3. So child thinks this as unit, 16 plus 2 plus 3. Then 16 plus, here in another color, 2 plus 3. This is what 16 plus 5. Means this 18 plus 3 term, child brings it in 16 plus 5. That is equal to 16 plus 5. Thus both sides are equal. Here what relational thinking, to consider this equal sign to reach to equivalence. Here that is what written in this text itself. Students who are taught to think about the relationship between 18 and 16, notice that 18 is 2 more than 16, and reason that it must be true because 5 is 2 more than 3. This is what I tried to explain. Then spatial reasoning. In spatial reasoning, it involves composing and decomposing. Then visualization, it is the ability to mentally manipulate, rotate, twist or invert pictures or objects. Then spatial orientation. Spatial orientation, this is the ability to recognize an object even when the object's orientation changes. Then spatial relations, or it is the ability to recognize the spatial patterns, to understand spatial hierarchies and to imagine maps from verbal descriptions. From this research, National Council of Teachers of Mathematics of USA suggests more spatial reasoning be integrated into the elementary mathematics curriculum to promote relational thinking skills. What in earlier slide is explained. Developing mathematical thinking. So the DMT framework. So this is from Developing Mathematical Thinking Institute. So this institute has developed this DMT framework, which delivers a comprehensive curriculum designed to increase students' mathematical understanding and improve spatial reasoning. So the DMT framework focuses on EIS model, where each task presents. Actually, this research is fully based on this EIS model only. So EIS model where each task presents students with meaningful problem solving situations where they are encouraged to begin to represent their thinking through inactive mathematical modeling, followed by an iconic representation depicting their thinking, and lastly with a connection to the symbolic representation of a problem. So let us see what is exactly this EIS model. Brunner's modes of representations begin with inactive. It includes manipulatives or concrete physical objects that actually we give as a TLM or like that in the classroom. Then iconic, that students are expected to create this iconic model. What is it? What does it include? It includes any visual representations like diagrams, number lines, bar models, and graphs. And after that, at the end, symbolic it includes abstract models abstract symbols like equations and algorithms. And this can support a deep understanding of the mathematics with the help of this model. Now, what are the findings? This investigation has demonstrated a positive effect on students' spatial reasoning, relational thinking, and overall mathematical competency when first grade mathematics lesson integrate EIS representations. So this is the way that I have tried to summarize, sir, this research paper. Sushant sir, I would like to request you, please kindly guide. Am I able to summarize this research paper within the word limits that you have given to us? Thank you, sir.
I'm quite impressed by that the way you have summarized it. There were some points which I could not cover today in the morning because of some time restrictions, but you have covered them very nicely. The EIS model, particularly, what E, I, and S, that full form of them, and how it is related to spatial reasoning and relational thinking was also very nicely involved. Very nice, very nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Will you please stop presentation, please?
Yes, sir.
Stop your presentation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
I think all the groups are over. I feel, Mr. Sushant, your final comments, please.
Yes. So basically, when I thought I will be giving you these assignments, I was a bit nervous with whether it will be very difficult or whether it will it serve its purpose or not. But right now, I'm very impressed by all these presentations and summaries and activities also. And as a group also, within that short time period, all of you have presented very nice work, and I'm very impressed. And I hope to see. Yes. Yes,
सुशांत सर,
yes.
एक चीज मैं पूछना चाह रहा था
yes.
कि क्या your spatial thinking or spatial reasoning is involved in inclusive classes, or your work, research work is on inclusive classes or not? ये inclusive classes को include करता है? हमारे यहाँ कई तरह के बच्चे होते हैं, तो उसको ये रिसर्च स्पेशल थिंकिंग और रीजनिंग जो है इंक्लूसिव क्लासेस को इंक्लूड करता है या नहीं, और उसके लिए अगर करता है तो फिर इंक्लूसिव क्लासेस के लिए जो लेट ब्लूमर है या जो फिजिकली कुछ इस तरह का है, मेंटली जो हमारे यहाँ चले आते हैं, उसके लिए कुछ है इसमें क्या?
Okay, very nice question. Actually, when I was reading these things, I was also thinking about it. The special student की बात कर रहे हैं ना आप, जब भी बहुत सारे एक diverse students होते हैं अपने. I think I am searching for something. If someone is not physically, like we can say sighted or something, how they learn and how they develop spatial reasoning, or what is called. I will get back to you. If once I get to know, there are some researchers who are I know who have worked with some specially able students. I will ask them.
Just वही पूछना था.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay, thanks all the participants, and also Sushant for sparing your valuable time and giving them a nice comments and reviews.
Thank you, sir.
Srinivasan sir, हमारा चंडीगढ़
group का you want to present, you can do it, madam, now.
Yeah.
Chandigarh? Yes, sir. Sir, Preeti madam and Meenakshi ma'am from Jammu region, उनकी presentation रहेगी, sir. They have worked very hard.
Okay, करिए, no issues. Do it now. Do it now.
I'm okay with it.
So, Preeti ma'am, please आप कीजिए present अब.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Ma'am, we have prepared a short.
This is Meenakshi ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Meenakshi, please.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I am going to share my screen.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Wait for a minute. Ma'am, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. Now it is.
Yes, right now it is visible.
Okay, ma'am. Good evening to all of you. Into today's group activity about spatial understanding. We have designed classroom using building blocks. And this, you can see, design classroom using building blocks. In this activity, we are using different type of blocks. You can see the next detail of the activity. Students will be asked to design a classroom using building blocks. That इसमें students को ये बताया जाता है कि हमें blocks के थ्रू हमें किस तरह से how we have to design a classroom. Next is different colors will represent different things. In this, different colors like blocks are of different colors, red, blue, green, and in this way, the things, whatever things we are using in the classroom will represent different colors. Students will be given the opportunity to use their imagination. To create this activity, the students will be given full hand to use their imagination to create this classroom. The same activity is helpful for all classes for class 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. The next is this type of classroom. They can create this type of classroom with the help of the blocks. They can use they can use brown color blocks for benches. They can use black color blocks for blackboard and windows, and brown color blocks for these doors, and red color block for almirahs. And with this, why this activity is related to spatial reasoning? This activity covers the following aspects of spatial reasoning, like locating. They can locate the benches in the class, like give the location that where we have to place these benches in the middle and the towards the windows or towards the boards. Then the next is the orientation. The next orientation, the students will be able to learn the orientation from whether they want the seats to be shifted from left to right or right to left. Then it's symmetry, how we can see that symmetry, whether they want to place the big benches in front or in the back, or the small benches in the front or big benches in the back. Then scaling the gap between. They can recognize that gap from blackboard to the first bench, कि कितना gap है उसमें. They can use their footsteps to measure the gap from blackboard to first bench, or from last bench to the almirah at the back. Then the transformation, they can use any color. They can take yellow color or yellow color for windows. They can transform colors like खिड़कियों के लिए हमें अलग color है. They can transform as per their own choice. Then is sensing. Sense किस तरह से उन्हें इस चीज को मैनेज करना है, कैसे करना है, उनको ये सेंस क्रिएट हो जाएगा, उनमें सेंस डेवलप हो जाएगा इसमें. एंड देन विजुअलाइजिंग की ब्लैक बोर्ड जो है इन फ्रंट में है इसके क्लास के, वो जब भी उन ब्लॉक्स को यूज करके वो ये सारी क्लासरूम क्रिएट कर रहे हैं उसमें, तो उसमें उनमें ये सेंस आ जाएगा कि ब्लैक बोर्ड इन फ्रंट में है रखें हम, या अलमीरा हम साइड में रखें, या विंडोज कहाँ होनी चाहिए. तो ये सेंस बच्चों में ये डेवलप हो जाती है. और लाइक अगर सपोज नेविगेशन जो है इसमें पॉइंट रीजनिंग में, तो अगर सपोज फ्रंट डोर क्लोज है, हमें बैक डोर से एंटर करना है, कैसे हमें फर्स्ट 2 benches के बाद then we have to turn left, then we have to turn right, and then we can only reach the blackboard. In this way, the activity covers the following aspects of spatial learning. Then the last is gain from the activity from the students. For the students, this activity is beneficial for all the students of class 1 to 5. In class 1, there are 2 chapters: data handling and shapes. इसमें दोनों lessons में ये जो है हमने ये टॉपिक लिया है, ये दोनों उसमें कवर हो रहा है. डाटा हैंडलिंग में बच्चे क्या कर सकते हैं? दे कैन काउंट द ब्लॉक्स. और शेप्स में डिफरेंट शेप्स हैं, शेप्स ऑफ इनके स्क्वायर है, ट्राइंगल है, ये उनके कॉन्सेप्ट उसमें क्लियर हो जाएगा. फॉर क्लास सेकेंड and the long steps in counting in groups. Almirah, the height of Almirah, is it long, is it small, or whether the benches are small, whether the Almirah is long. इसके थ्रू दे कॉन्सेप्ट जो होता है उनमें क्लियर बच्चों में हो जाएगा. काउंटिंग इन ग्रुप्स जो है वो उसके थ्रू भी वो करेंगे. वेदर दे कैन ग्रुप्स में किस तरह से वो उनकी सिमेट्री में उन्हें क्लासेस को अरेंज किया है. 3 rows हैं, 4 rows हैं क्लासेस में, कितना उनमें है, and how many rows are there in the class, they can count in groups. Then in class where to look from, सेम इसमें यही कॉन्सेप्ट यूज हो रहा है. उसमें है टॉप, बॉटम एंड साइड व्यू ऑफ एनी ऑब्जेक्ट. The concept of top, side and front view is cleared through this activity. The way in class 4, the way word look, long and short, and in class 5th, mapping your ideas. In all these, the one topic is cleared in all the 4 classes taken by us in all the classes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Zia Chandigarh Group, for your patience and cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
I think Sushant, we can wind up.
Yes. Meenakshi ma'am, it was nice presentation.
Thank you very much.
The way you explain every point in detail and you connected that with special reasoning was nice. And
thank you.
Also, first standard to 5th standard, you gave the detailed explanation about which chapter is covering this point.
Because the time is very short, that's why I am.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Welcome.
Okay, on behalf of the KVS family, thank you very much, Mr. Sushant. We had our Honorable Joint Commissioner also attended your session. He is also present now. And our Director sir is also present. Okay, on behalf of our Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan, Director Z Mumbai, and all the principals and all the participants, thank you once again, Sushant, for your kind cooperation and your valuable sessions.
Thank you, sir.
Dear participant, thank you very much for your active participation. Please give your attendance. We will meet on Monday, same time at 9:30.
श्रीनिवासन सर.
बोलिए सर.
श्रीनिवासन सर.
बोलिए सर.
जेसी सर से